Hey there, welcome to the channel. This building you see behind me is magnificent, and there's plenty more in this city. Where are we? We're in Budapest, Hungary. Just up here, and look here, there's another building. Now I can't read all the names on these buildings, so your guess is as good as mine. But this one does look particularly impressive. Now most of the buildings or a lot of the buildings in Budapest were destroyed by the Allies. They were bombed during World War II. Especially between 1942 and 1945. So I can't tell you if they've been rebuilt or if they're original. But I'm not here long enough to find out too much. This is pretty much going to be my only day filming, so let's make the most of it. Just up here is the river. Let's go and have a look. So this river is the Danube. The mighty Danube River. Now you might be thinking he's pretty cold out there. The wind howling. It's about 5 degrees Celsius. Yes, I am. It is very cold, and the wind blowing down this river is just making things worse. And over there, that building, if you can see in the distance, is the Buddha Castle. Again, I'm not sure how old it is. If I find out, I'll put it down there. I believe that bridge up there will be the chain bridge, and if it is, I think it is, if it is, it's the oldest bridge that crosses the Danube, at least in Budapest. Might be the oldest over the whole thing, but I highly doubt it. But at least in Budapest. And the chain bridge was totally destroyed, or almost totally destroyed. I've seen photos. All that remained, as far as I saw, was that tower. The structure holds up part of the bridge, but the bridge itself was completely demolished. World War II. This is Zorza Park. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's also called Memorial Park, which is probably a little bit easier for me. Somewhere in this park is what I'm looking for. Let's go and find it. Let's see if we can find it. Might be a bit cold for birds to be hanging out. Oh, the sun's out. Oh, alright, I walk this way. So, after the war in 1945, Hungary was a democratic state and had its own government, doing quite well. But the Soviets gained control, and slowly but surely they took control of the government. They sort of weaseled their way in, so to speak, by stealth. And by 1948, Hungary was a complete socialist part of the USSR. So after Stalin died in 1953 and Khrushchev became the new Soviet president, he took a much softer line here in Hungary, in Budapest. He wasn't, the people weren't as terrified of him as they were of Stalin. Stalin was absolutely ruthless. Khrushchev, a bit softer. So the political repression and the economic decline of Hungary led the people to dissent, and they had a revolution here in Budapest. It was the biggest revolution in the Eastern Bloc countries. Initially, the Soviets let it run its course, thinking it would just dwindle out, but it didn't. And in the end, they sent in thousands of troops and tanks to literally crush the opposition. And the opposition, well, they failed. So, back to the way it was for poor old Hungary. And then it took until 1989, until when the Soviet Union collapsed, that the people had the power back in their own hands, power to elect their own, hold their own elections, elect their own president, and continue on in a much more happier way. I think still in 1989, the Hungarian government opened its borders and started allowing tourists straight in to Hungary to come and see what they had to offer. Now I've come to this park because there was supposed to be memorial statues here to let people see for themselves some of the leftover relics of the Soviet Union, but nothing to see here. Unless I'm not in the wrong park because I looked it up. So I don't know where they are. Oh well. Anyway, enough of that sort of history. Let's get back to the city. Have a look around. I have no idea what that means. Alright, down to the bus station. And I'm pretty impressed with the transport system here in Budapest. A little over 10 Australian dollars. So £5 for a Brit, $7 something for the US. Gives you 24 hours on everything. Buses, trains, trams, probably not the boats, but here we are. Oh, I'm going to wait for our bus right here. I love being back in Europe. Everywhere you look, just magnificent buildings, just architecture that just blows your mind. I mean, sure, a lot of them are in the same style, but to me, it's classic European, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy walking around in it. But for now, going back over the road there, over there, to have a beer. See you after that. Don't know what that was about. Standing on the streets with their old rifles, dressed up in their traditional, some sort of, probably Hungarian, since that's where we are, uniforms. Impressive. That's where I'm going. So actually I can tell you, and I'll work it out later, but it's the year MDCCCXV, and I will put that down there, that building there. Alright, had a quick beer, well actually sat down for a while, it's nice and warm in there. Hungarian shopping market. Let's have a look. Oh. Some of the old. And some of the new. It's extremely busy. As you can see. I went down into that little traditional Hungarian shopping market. No videos of that. Don't know why. Why would they do that? A bit of free advertising for them, I would have thought. Anyway. Hello. What do we got up here? Bunch of Santas, maybe. Let's have a look. Followed by a police car. I have a feeling that was some sort of traditional Christmas run that perhaps a local group might do. Just great buildings to look at wherever you walk. I like it. It's a tram, obviously, part of the Budapest transportation system. How do we get over the other side? I want to have a walk next to the river. That was pretty close, but I assure you I'm on this side of the fence, so let's have a look down here. Hey, check this out. This is one of those ships. It's a ship, boat, riverboat that goes up and down the Danube. Have your accommodation on there. Look how long it is. Goes all the way up here, and there's another one in front of it. So this one that we're looking at right there is the Viking Jarl, and the one up ahead, hang on, we'll get there. So here's all your accommodation rooms all along the back here, and all up the front here is your dining area. People in there having their meals, having a few beers, getting ready to travel further up the Danube later on today, maybe tomorrow. And this here, I believe, is the Chain Bridge, the oldest bridge crossing the Danube, at least in Budapest anyway. That's what I think. And there's the other one. This is the Viking, so it's the Viking line, and the ship is the Embla. And there's the Chain Bridge. Wow, look how busy it is. Hundreds of people crossing. I don't think I'll bother. Let's go into the city. So there's a big statue here. It says Grof. Says Chini Istvan. Grof keyword Istvan. I think I might know something about it. Let's go up here and see if we can see a little bit more of Istvan. Strudel. Nice apple strudel. Whoa, look at these chocolates. Yum. That would be very nice. Might get some chocolate. Haven't had any for a while. Chocolate, good chocolate's not that easy to come by in Southeast Asia, where I've just come from, just so you know. And that's what we've come to see at this particular part of town, this rather large cathedral. Let's get away from this copyrighted music. And there it is, very big. Don't know if it survived the bombings in the Second World War? We'll try and find out. Hang on. So, construction began in 1851, didn't finish until 1905, the year it was consecrated. Now, I couldn't find out whether it was damaged, but I think it's the original construction, so I'm going to say if it was, then not badly. Traditional goulash, Hungarian goulash, smelt very nice. Usual trinkets. There's the bells. Oh, they finished already. 3 bells, what does that mean? 3 o'clock, of course.
Alright,
so this is a Christmas market, Budapest Christmas market. Get all your cheeses. What they're made out of. I don't want to touch them in case I break something. The reason I don't want to break anything is because everything is incredibly expensive. A fairly lavish looking Hungarian sausage and bread is over 20 Australian dollars. That to me is overpriced. Something like this. That seems ridiculous for a man on a budget. People queued up here to do something. Ah, you can get a selfie. A camera that's focused at the Basilica there. It takes a selfie for you. Incredible. Okay. Alright, was it worth travelling all this way? Because this is why I came to Europe, was to see a Christmas market, which I'd never seen. Obviously not in Europe anyway. But really, I don't think it's worth it. Better than putting your love locks all over a bridge, I suppose. Here's the Ferris wheel. Sponsored by Nivea. Budapest is extremely busy. I really didn't think it was going to be, but there you go. It's a nice fountain, it's not running. the chairs, ready for people to put over their knees when they sit down, because it is pretty cold. Alright, let's walk down this street. So it's 4:30 in the afternoon and it is pitch black. So it's actually not as cold as it was before because the winds are blowing. It's certainly different from what I'm used to. So I should tell you a little bit about the Christmas markets, the history, and it started a long time ago, probably in Germany. I don't think anyone's really 100% sure, but here in Budapest, it kicked off around about 1830, something like that. In 1870, they were underway, sort of not on this scale, but on a decent size. People had come down, sell mainly their handicrafts, things, little gifts that they made by hand, and also food, obviously, special Christmas foods and whatnot. I think in 1870, the bourgeois of Budapest started installing Christmas trees in their own homes, and it took off from there. And so now, in 2024, you have a huge tourism industry based around the Christmas markets all over Europe. So let's go and see some more. Alright, signing off for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like it. Give me a big fat thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next video. Going to another city. See you there.